Hello and welcome to the Guest EdTech Virtual Summit Dubai. Thank you for joining us. We're pleased to introduce you to Dr. Hussein Elmehdi, Dean of Academic Support Services at the University of Sharjah. We hope that you enjoy this session, and over to you, Dr. Hussein.
Thank you very much. I very much appreciate the opportunity to talk or present our experience at the University of Sharjah. In my presentation, I will be going over the experience of the University of Sharjah transforming teaching and learning during the COVID-19 response period. Joining me, of course, in this sort of research, semi-research presentation, Ms. Anisa Al-Tayyib, who is the head of academic computing section. So this is the abstract. I just leave it for a second or two if people wanted to look at it. But as I said, just simply what I'm going to be doing is just going over the experience of the University of Sharjah. How were we able to transform teaching and learning to online with all the attributes, all the challenges, all the things that we had to go through to make it a success. So in this presentation, I'm given 25 minutes. So I will be given sort of just a very, very short introduction about the University of Sharjah and our COVID-19 readiness. And then the focus of the presentation will be on our transformation of teaching and learning, how the University of Sharjah went about it. And as I said, part of this is really some research that we have done in terms of evaluating our experience. And part of it is really into the, how, we went about transforming our, teaching and learning in all aspects of the process. And of course, I would like to, share with you some of the challenges and looking forward to post-COVID-19, because as I think everybody is now hearing about the new norm, where post-COVID is not going to be like, or at least what we had before COVID is not something that most likely will be continuing. So the University of Sharjah has prepared a plan, what we call a strategic plan with some initiatives to looking forward to the post-COVID-19. I'd like to share some of those ideas with you as well. So speaking of the University of Sharjah, it's located, of course, at the Emirate of Sharjah, not too very far from Dubai Airport. It's about, I don't know, maybe maximum 20 kilometers, if not less, from Dubai International Airport. It's known to be a very, very exotic campus with, Islamic architecture, very flat buildings. We have, the university was established in 1997, and we have now 14 colleges, and 14 colleges covering areas from humanities to Sharia and law, to engineering and applied sciences, to communication, to business administration, to fine arts, to medical and health colleges. We have over 100 academic programs. 55 of these are in undergraduate, and about the rest are postgraduate diploma, MSc. We have about 36 MSc programs and 14 doctoral programs. We're considered to be the most comprehensive university in the UAE. Our ranking now, US ranking, is we are third in the UAE, and we're in the area, between 600 and 700 in the QS ranking. We have about 16,000 students, and we have an alumni of over close to 30,000. So I'm going to jump into our response immediately, the COVID response. And it really started, as you can see here, from February 29th, when we received the instructions from the Ministry of Education. And in less than a week, the university started distance learning using different tools, mainly Blackboard, learning management system, Blackboard Collaborate, and video conferencing, videotaping, and simulation, and so forth. So in a very short time, we started going distance. Some universities took 2 weeks to prepare because of the spring holiday, but for us, we started immediately. And this is owing to the fact that we had limited experience with distance learning and online learning, because that was part of the strategy of the university, is to incorporate technology into teaching and learning. And then we continued on. We did our final exams for the spring graduation, and then even the summer, we taught the summer online. And the fall, for the fall, we did what's so-called now known in the field hybrid model, where practical courses, clinical courses, training courses are all done on campus, while the theory lectures were done online. So this is basically our timeline over the start of the COVID. What we established in the University of Sharjah is what we are now referred to as the COVID-19 environment resilience model, where it's based on basically the response, which initially, as I said, we are like any other institution. We had to transform everything online. And when I say everything online, that means not only the lecture delivery, but also the, for example, the assessment, the exams, the everything related to teaching and learning had to go, virtual. And as we were assessing this during the spring and the summer, we went into a sort of period where we want to recover or bridge the gaps, so to speak. So what we did, we looked at, okay, what do we need to make this better? What are the challenges? How do we meet the challenges, and so forth? And so, for example, we focused on what we refer to as digital, or everybody refers to as digital transformation. And digital transformation, that means we really want to upgrade our systems, introduce new systems, and I'm talking about IT systems, and to cover all the aspects of the teaching and learning. And not only that, but we also wanted to look post or past COVID-19, where we are looking at hybrid models. And we said, or we wanted to make sure that the University of Sharjah, by the year 2024, at least 50% of the courses delivered online, and 100% of all courses reviewed and updated. So, and this is something that I will be talking about, because one of the challenges that we needed to do is to make sure that all of our courses are, updated, because when you're teaching online, it's not the same as when you're teaching face-to-face. So in terms of technology readiness, we focused on two, let's say, tools, main tools, the learning management system tools, and also the communication tools. So for the learning management system, we have been Blackboard, customer for, I think, more than 12 years. And it was very easy for us to immediately go into virtual, because Blackboard has the tools to support that. In addition, of course, we had Zoom, and we also have MS Teams. MS Teams was mainly for meetings and so forth, but Zoom was, incorporated more into, let's say, webinars and exam invigilation and presentations and so forth. So we had to make sure that everybody is, ready for, or, joining the effort. We had to equip everybody with those who do not have laptops, because the mobility is one of the key areas, or the key things that we had to focus on. We had to make sure that we have communication tools. We have to make sure that our learning management system, as I said, Blackboard, is updated and in cloud right now. We had to make sure that all lectures were delivered live. At the beginning, this was a challenge, but we overcame that, as we went along into, improving and reviewing it. Online exams were really a challenge at the beginning, especially from the point of view of, actually, 2 points of view. One, from the structuring the exam, conducting the exams online, especially for courses such as, applied sciences, engineering, and some of the courses that they need, some different formats, analytic, analysis, for example, in mathematics and physics and chemistry and so forth. So that was a sort of a challenge at the beginning, but again, through training, we came to overcome, or we were able to overcome that. Of course, video editing, lab simulation systems, and publisher content integrated with the LMS. This is very important. Later on, I'll talk about the resources and, of course, the free window VM for all students. The first thing that we started with at the University of Sharjah is the training. That was the most important thing, and we conducted over 120 sessions. And this is owing to the fact that the University of Sharjah is quite a big university. We have over 800 staff, and with a very diverse background. We have colleagues or professors who are teaching Arabic and law and Sharia, whose IT skills as not, or at least they are not at the level where something like from sciences, engineering, or medical sciences, where their IT skills are. So we had to deliver all of these courses. We had to deliver courses on training faculty on using the learning management system. We had to train faculty how to conduct their online exams. We had to follow up, and even other training, which we refer to as sometimes one-on-one and sometimes in small groups. So training was really a big part of the experience where it was needed, and it paid off now in the fall, and inshallah also in the spring as well. So this is a sample of the technical training that took place, and as you can see, it covered everything. And it covered all aspects of the needed skills, that technical skills that our colleagues, the instructors, especially the instructors, needed to have in order to transform their teaching and learning into virtual. One thing that I would like to focus here on, after something which the University of Sharjah has developed, it's something, an initiative called e-teachers. So what we've done, we selected a few champions from every college, 2 sometimes for big colleges, 3 for big colleges, and maybe 1 or 2 for the smaller colleges. And what we did, we gave them certified, and this, of course, this is one of the biggest advantages the University of Sharjah had. These guys were trained I think early in January, not to say that we were aware that COVID is about to come, but that was part of the University of Sharjah plan, is to have these champion, because we were in the process of incorporating technology into teaching and learning. So these e-teachers were basically a group of individuals, instructors with very high IT skills. They were professionally trained in partnership with Blackboard, and they were actually certified as e-teachers. So they were able to, we were able to, sort of go back and utilize the expertise and the technical skills of these champions, and they were actually very instrumental in training the colleagues in different colleges. The advantage of having these e-teachers is the fact that each one of them is discipline dependent training. So that means the guy from engineering or the champion from engineering, his skills were basically built for that discipline. And same thing for, let's say, the champion from Sharia, the champion from fine arts, and so forth. We also created what's so-called the distance learning community. We had, this basically an online community where we share experience with each other. We had a lot of mailers, videos, guidelines. We published so many, guidelines. We also had frequently asked questions and tips that are, updated and dynamically updated on daily basis for, one for students and one for faculty to share experiences with each other. Day and night shifts. We basically not working, really not 24/7, but we extended the working hours to very late, especially in terms of support. We established a hotline for faculty to answer their questions. We did a lot of mock exams, especially when we came to exams. We had to train students, we had to train faculty, and we extended, I think, one week just to make sure that everybody had a run at this in terms of, preparing the exam, uploading the exam, setting up the exam on the LMS, of course, on the learning management system, and also giving everybody the opportunity to be trained or trained either from the student taker, who is the students, or from the point of view of the instructor, who is the, writes the exam and sets out the evaluation, links it to the rubrics, links it to the course outcomes, and all of that. And also, as I said, we before the exam is conducted, we make sure that all the settings, especially the release time of the exam, hiding the marks from the students if needed. If sometimes some courses are needed to be hidden from the students, the results need to be hidden from the students, and also the support that the technical support that extended to make sure that we cover. Or we are available for all of these, to answer all the questions required. Again, one of the most important things the University of Sharjah was really successful, and this as highlighted by the Ministry of Education, is the fact that we were able to publish the supporting policies. So we updated and published all our policies, the online exam policies, the for student version, for the instructor version, the policies and procedure for the online exams in general, the regulation for course offering. This is something that we're very proud of, this document, that it's extended, and it's something that it covers everything. And also we have published the policies and procedures for training, for internship training, for practical training, for labs. All of these supporting policies were very important to make sure that this is done in systematic and also consistent way. Systematic as in terms of the institution, and consistent in terms with the intra, so that courses in engineering or courses in sciences or courses in business administration are all conducted or presented in a similar fashion from the point of view of transforming from face-to-face to virtual. So in terms of course readiness, what we had to do, we asked everybody to redesign their course syllabus to fit the online environment. We asked everybody to reformat the instruction delivery. We focused a lot on the engagement and activity. This is one of the biggest challenges, is that the engagement now, students are sitting behind the screen, and oftentimes we face the issue of the students were very reluctant to open their cameras. So basically the instructor is talking to a screen, and oftentimes we've seen all of these videos in YouTubers and WhatsApp, where students are really sleeping, and they're opening their laptop and they're sleeping. So engagement was really an issue. It was really a challenge, and we had a lot of activities towards how do we activate, how do we make sure that the students are active in the class. The other thing is updating the assessment is very, very important to the fact that we wanted to make sure that the assessment is updated so that it fits the online environment, the virtual environment. Make sure the questions format in the LMS, the learning management system, there are 8 or 7 types. There is the multiple choice question, the traditional multiple choice questions. There is the short answer. There is the formula-based questions, the calculated, and there is the filling the blank, and all of these. And now colleagues had to transform their the usual hand paper written exams now to transform it into this format that fits the learning management system or fits the Blackboard, and be able to conduct it to the students so that they answer it. And most importantly in the assessment is the proctoring. Proctoring was an issue because students are not used to somebody watching them using a camera. And that was an issue because the camera itself, those who are familiar with the respondent's camera, it does not give you a 360 view. So we had to dig into another solutions where we're able to make sure that we have a 360 view, where actually the proctoring is done so that we see what the student is writing, we see what the student is using, and so forth. Not only focus on the student's face, as we saw with the initial one, which is the lockdown browser and responders. For the practical labs and the practical and training and clinical training, we had to go to a hybrid model where the labs are, most of them are done virtually, but sometimes when we do not have the equipment, or we do not have the proper, let's say, simulation or the proper interactive software, then the students come to the university and actually do the experiments online and following the strict COVID-19 regulations in terms of social distancing, in terms of sanitization, and so forth. So that was also done, in a hybrid model. The experience, especially as I said, the training and the practical labs. And experiments were done, I would say in some courses were 30-70, some courses 40-60, and so forth. This is an example of a hybrid lab where students on this specific day, they were actually came to the lab to do the experiment. So let us watch this and see how we did the the hybrid lab. And I think this is electronic engineering, if I'm not mistaken. So this is, I mean, as you can see, this was done basically, as you can see here, with proper social distancing and COVID-19 precautions. We used a lot of systems. We used, especially in practical labs, we used a lot of interactive systems. I don't know if people are familiar with the Colorado open source FET, which is mainly, basic sciences, physics, biology, and chemistry. We did the VR lab and a whole host of systems that I leave here if people are interested in. Jove is one of them, eScience Labs, Lab Exchange, MIT Open Lab Resource, Chem Collective. All of these, if somebody is interested in this, please email me. We'll be very happy to share these resources with you. Now, the most important thing in all of this, especially with the hybrid labs, is integrating the virtual labs resources into the learning management system. And this was successfully done by our colleagues at the academic computing section, where it was done in a 3-step, make sure that, it's integrated and students can access it through their course webpage. And that was something that is really, really important for us, and we were very successful with that as well. Now, just a very quick feedback that after the end of the summer, the end of the spring, we were very worried about how do students and faculty felt about distance learning versus face-to-face. And as you can see here, and the question of which was more effective, distance learning or face-to-face, you see the overwhelming from both the students and faculty. They thought that this, face-to-face is more effective. And this is simply because there are a lot of factors when we went into this. There are a lot of factors that contribute to this. A lot of them are related to not the teaching per se, but it's the frustration with the fact that people are not able to, interact with their friends. People are not able to see their professors. People are not able to see. But some saw the benefit of the, the distance learning in the fact that you can watch the videos again and again. You can have you don't have to travel. You save a lot of money in commuting and so forth. So it's still the verdict is out there, but people are now accepting this more. But still, other factors that are some of them are non-educational factors that contribute to this. In terms of what is the most challenging task in online teaching, is engagement was the biggest. Student engagement it overcame. It's much more than technology, and preparation is also another challenge that it seemed to. This is for faculty that they thought that engagement is the biggest challenge, followed by the preparation, lecture preparation. The university also had what we, the additional academic support services, and this is something under my deanship, where for example, we had to transform all the library resources online services, and not only the resources, but also the services to be. We created what's so-called the your portal for textbook. This is the University of Sharjah digital textbook portal. You can buy books, you can order books. The students can actually, even order books from the library. Say, I want this, and these books, and then they can order them, and the library can prepare them in a very, very convenient COVID, taking into account all the COVID precautions and regulations. In addition, we transformed the career advising and student internship training, where it was, at least in the summer, it was almost 90% of it was done virtual in collaboration with partners, in collaboration with some industries that we're collaborating with. We also had the smart mobile apps. So we the university has all these smart mobile apps that we offer to our students to make sure that the transformation of the distance learning was smooth to a sense that they can be able to do that very effectively. Another thing that we did in the University of Sharjah is we established the IT support service desk, which was all done virtually. And this is something that improved not only the service we provided, the technical support services that we provided to the students and the staff, but also improve the quality of the service that we provide at the IT center, we provide to our other colleagues, the instructors or the students. And one of the things that we saw when we looked at, there is a huge jump in the services or the service calls of tickets that we often look at during the online exams. That was the biggest jump in the services. And one of the things that we're very proud of it is that the green is the average resolve time resolving the tickets. As we see that when we move to this model, the time needed to resolve these tickets or these issues or incidents dropped down tremendously from 127 minutes to almost 15 minutes or so. So this is something that we're very this is from 127 hours to 13.6 hours, which is a significant decrease in the number of hours or response hours. I'm getting towards the end of my presentation, and one of the things that we really wanted to see the feedback from the students. We wanted to really understand some of the students. What do they feel? What do they feel about this experience? And we had made some interviews with students, and I'll share three. I'll share three of them with you. But in general, it was from the instructor's point of view, the challenges they reported was in the challenges in preparing the material, restructuring the course. Some of the staff, teaching staff, they have been teaching using the traditional face-to-face approach for 30 plus years, and all of a sudden they have to transform everything to virtual. And this took quite a bit of time, and it was challenging to some of them. Technological challenges, especially at the beginning. There were some major technological challenges, but things got much better as we went along. Network connections, especially for students who are living in areas, because we some of our students left to other countries, and in some countries, the network is not as good as we would like it to be or up to the standards. So network connection was also a challenge. Some of the positive points instructors mentioned is that excellent time management. They were able to, because of the extended hours, they were able to, let's say, if they wanted to postpone the class, it was easier because they can postpone it till later at night. If they wanted to do for example, the pre-lab activities, the lab reports, the assessment, and another advantage is setting up the automated rubrics. From the student's point of view, I think it's better if I let you share with you some of the students' point of view. So,
my name is Ahmed. I am second year student of MDI. I would like to share my experience of studying in this hard situation. The benefits of online classes that all of us we can stay safe, and the classes it will be recorded, so it will help us if we didn't catch any information in the class. We can go back to the recording and listening again until we catch all the information. In another hand, the attending in the classes, it will be more helpful for us to be attention with the doctor and get more information, and we will have more experience of how we can live.
For the benefit of time, let me just go to the second student.
Good afternoon, Dr. Noah. How are you today? I hope you are fine. Today I want to talk about a hybrid laboratory, which is a virtual laboratory which consists of both real laboratory and elements of a laboratory control, communication between the students, like they will be on groups, simulations, experimental data, data collections, and analysis. Especially like we do an experiment online, which is really a new experiment other than that we are doing in a real class, which is on a laboratory, which is really happy with a new hybrid system, which is on online.
My name is Ahmed, and we will have.
I will stop again. I'll just take one student. The last one is a student from.
Hi, my name is Fadila Patel, and I am a second-year medical imaging student. I am currently studying from Zambia. My experience has overall been of a good one. The virtual stimulators used in the labs give me to an almost on-campus learning experience. The lecture recordings that I can access at any time in all my subjects are of much help. The faculty members and the doctors are really considerate during these trying times, and I am grateful for that. The level of professionalism.
Okay, so I'll stop here because of the benefit or of time. I mean, I can safely say that the University of Sharjah, we were able to respond positively, and we were able to smoothly transform the education process, the teaching and learning process in all aspects of it into, to respond to a COVID situation. This was obviously welcomed and highlighted by our chancellor as, and this was published in the Gulf News on April 30th, and as an extraordinary achievement for the University of Sharjah. And of course, this is definitely, the support of His Highness Sheikh Dr. Sultan bin Mohammed Al-Qasimi, member of the Supreme Council, ruler of Sharjah, and he's the president of the university, and of course the hard work of everyone that shipped into and these are the words of our chancellor, the university chancellor, who was very happy, Professor Hamid Al-Naimi, who was very happy with the success the university has experienced. So with that, I would like to thank you for listening. This is my email. I will be very happy to send you any of the material. I will be very happy to share our experience with you. I'll be very happy to share the documents that we have produced, especially the policies, the procedures, and all of these wonderful things that we had. For myself, being part of the Central Committee at the University of Sharjah that looked over the transformation, the University transformation, it was an extremely pleasant experience. And I've always looked at this as, COVID is an opportunity more than it is a challenge. It's an opportunity that opened for us many areas and doors that were or seemed to be very difficult in the past. But now, because we were put in a situation where we had to perform and we had to respond, and we did that very successfully. Thank you very much, and I really appreciate the opportunity given me to speak in this conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Hussein, for this very interesting and informative research presentation. If you have any questions pertaining to the session, you can also connect with Dr. Hussein through the networking system on the virtual event platform. We'd also love to hear from you, so feel free to share any thoughts or comments by sending us an email to marketing@guesteducation.com. We'll be on social media as well during the summit, so if you want to chat to us there, follow us on Twitter @guesteducation and use the hashtags #guestedtech and #guestdubai. This is just one of many on-demand videos that you can watch at any time during the summit, as well as a full program of live keynote and panel sessions across both days. We hope that you enjoy the rest of the event. Thank you so much, and bye-bye for now. Thank you, Dr. Hussein.
Thank you. Thank you very much.